Hi, and welcome back to Dating Advice After Divorce. My name is Craig, and thank you for joining me. Today we're going to talk about introducing your kids to somebody new that you are dating. Now, this is a very important subject to talk about. We've talked a lot on this channel about getting ready for dates and what to do on dates and all of that, but this one's even more important than all of that because it has to do with your kids. Obviously, the first thing I'm going to say is, what are the ages of your kids? Who are you introducing this new person you are with? Are they young kids? Are they preteens? Are they teenagers? So the age is going to make a big difference here. Now, no matter what the age is, if this is the first person that the kids are going to see either mom or dad bringing somebody new around, it's going to be a traumatic experience no matter what. But if, let's just say, the dad is out dating first and wants to introduce somebody new to the kids, I don't care if they're 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, 9, 10, 11, or even teenagers. When they just see dad with somebody new, it's going to be painful. It's going to be tough on them. But it does have to happen at some point. My advice is going to be to hold off as long as possible, especially if you're talking younger kids. I do think, if you are teenage kids, they're going to handle it a lot better. Okay. But if you do have, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids, there's no rush. There's no rush to introduce the person you are with to your kids. And if you are pressured into it, which was my situation, I felt very pressured into introducing the woman I was with to my daughter. And I regret it. It's one of the biggest regrets that I do have in my life, was being pushed into that. She was saying, "Oh, you're just keeping me on the side. You're not introducing me. You're not letting me into your world and your life." And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess so. So, all right, I'll set something up. And it traumatized my daughter. And I regret that so much. And it was a relationship that didn't even work out. So if you're with the right person, they're not going to pressure you into meeting your kids until your kids are ready, until you are ready. They should be fine with being like, "Hey, I'm here anytime. Whenever you're ready, we can do the introductions." But if somebody's pushing you and guilting you and saying, "Oh, I'm not truly part of your life because you won't introduce me to your kids," that's not a good person. Nobody should be saying that. Nobody should be doing that to you. So my advice is to hold off as long as you can. There's no rush in this at all. Second thing I'll say is that you do know your kids better than anybody else. Your kids could handle something like this very easily and not have it be an issue. So, you know your kids best. But I'm just saying, my advice is, even if you think that they're going to handle it well, oh, they're very mature for their age. I tell you what, you got a 10-year-old, 11-year-old daughter that sees dad come around with a new woman. It is traumatic on them. So don't rush into it. Take your time. And if you're with the wrong person and they're pushing you into it, that should be a red flag right there. They should be totally understanding. I have gone out with women who said that they have a rule. Nobody meets my kid for at least a year, because they want to make sure 100% that the relationship that they are in is solid before they bring in somebody new for their kid to meet and get to know and get attached to. And they don't want that person taken off a month later. And then the kids are on this emotional roller coaster of somebody new coming in and out of their life all the time. So you got to think about it too, that, you could be a great guy and, you got good values and morals and you're stable and you got goals and a good job and, a real solid guy, right? And you fall for somebody and she really super likes you and she thinks that you're going to, be a great fit for her kids. So she lets you in, gets to meet them, and you spend a month or two with their kids. Those kids are going to get very attached to you. And if you just take off again, boom, that's brutal on our kids again. The kids have already gone through the divorce of losing, not losing completely, but not having dad at home. And now this new guy that they started to get attached to, now he's gone too. So that's why moms can be very, very protective of letting somebody new come into their life to meet their kids. So if you're dating somebody that does have young kids, you need to be very understanding of the fact if she says, no, you're not meeting my kids, whether it's 6 months, a year, whatever it may be, please don't pressure her into meeting your kids. Or if you're a woman, please don't pressure a guy into meeting his kids until he's ready. Again, it's one of my biggest regrets. The way that whole thing played out was terrible. So, but there you go. I just thought it was important when it comes to kids, how to deal with that. What are their ages? I think the more that your kids see you dating and mom dating, and they'll get more used to it. But in the beginning, that's a tough one right there, especially the very first time. So take your time, don't rush it. Don't have your kids meet anybody new for a while. Make sure that you are very sure about this new woman that you're dating. It's not just like, oh yeah, we get along real nice and, physically attracted to each other. It's great and all that kind of stuff. Well, but what about long term? Do you see it going long term? Think about those things before you say, okay, I'm just going to have you meet my kids. So there you go. That's just some of my personal advice. Take your time. There is no rush on this. Please don't rush somebody else into meeting their kids until they are ready. They know their kids better than you. So, all right, there you go. Please like and subscribe. Share this out with anybody that you think could benefit from this information. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. Take care, and I will see you again very soon.